Like many in this trade, some of you have been running your HVAC company for 20 years and you still can't take a Saturday off. Others started 5 years ago and they're building something they could sell for millions. And it's got nothing to do with luck. I've spent several decades in this industry working with hundreds of residential contractors across New England. I've trained techs, I've coached owners, I've sat in trucks with guys who've been doing this for 30 years, and I've sat in boardrooms with guys who scaled from 1 truck to 20 in under a decade. And after all of that, I can tell you the exact moment where these two paths split. It's not about hustle. It's not about who works harder. And honestly, the guy grinding forever usually works harder than the guy who scaled. So stick with me, because by the end of this video, you're gonna know exactly which path you're on right now, and more importantly, what it actually takes to get off that hamster wheel. Hi, I'm Chris Moore with HVAC Pro Blog, and let me start with a story. See, back in the mid-90s, I started in HVAC and I was somewhere around 16. I was sealing sheet metal, pressure testing gas lines, the whole deal. Then I did 2 tours in Iraq as a refrigeration mechanic with the Marine Corps, and when I came back, I went right back into the trade. I've been the guy on the roof in July with sweat pouring into my eyes trying to figure out why a system's short cycling. So when I talk about grinding, I'm not talking about it like some business coach who's never turned a wrench. I've lived both sides of this. And here's what I've noticed over and over again, working with contractor after contractor. The guys who grind forever didn't build a business. They built themselves a really demanding job. Think about it for a second. A job with more risk, more liability, and way more hours than just working for somebody else. They're the best technician in the company, they're the best salesman, they're the guy answering the phone at 9 at night, and they're the one signing the checks. Every single thing runs through them. And here's the kicker. A lot of these guys are proud of that. They'll tell you nobody can do it like I can. And they're right. Nobody can, because they never taught anybody how. Now, compare that to the guy who scales. Same trade, same tools, same crazy New England weather swings. But somewhere along the line, they made a decision that most contractors never make. They decided their job wasn't to be the best technician in the building. Their job was to build a machine that produces great technicians, great sales conversations, and consistent results, with or without them in the room. That's the real split. It's the difference between working in your business and working on your business. I know that sounds like something you've heard in a seminar. Let me make it real for you. In the Marine Corps, they don't train one guy to be the rifleman and call it a day, right? They build systems. They build leaders at every level. So if a squad leader goes down, somebody else steps up and the mission still gets done. It's not nice to have. That's survival. Of course, running a contracting business isn't life or death, but the principle is identical. If your business can't survive a Tuesday without you, you don't own a business. Your business owns you. So here's the problem, and I want you to really sit with this one. Building systems and training people feels slower than just doing it yourself, right? When you're slammed on a Friday afternoon and the homeowner's calling you with no heat, it's so much faster just to go do the job yourself than to stop, write out a process, train a tech how to do it right. I get it, I've been there. But the shortcut you're taking today is the exact reason you're still doing it 5 years from now. I see this all the time in system design. A tech eyeballs a duct system instead of running an actual load calc and manual D. It's faster today, but eyeball it wrong and you're back at that house in July fixing a comfort complaint that never should have happened. Same exact thing with your business. Eyeball your training, eyeball your pricing or your hiring, and you'll be back fixing the same problem for years, one grind at a time. So let's dig into why smart, hardworking contractors keep making this trade. It usually comes down to 3 things I hear constantly. Number 1 is control. If I train someone else to do it, what if they mess it up? What if a customer gets mad? Here's the truth. They will mess it up. Customers will get mad sometimes. That happens whether it's you or your best tech. The question isn't will mistakes happen? The question is, do you have a system good enough that mistakes are the exception, not the rule? All right, number 2 is money, obviously, right? A lot of business owners think training and systems are an expense they can't afford right now. But flip that thinking. You can't afford not to. Every hour you spend doing a $5 task instead of a $500 task is money walking out the door. I've coached contractors who were terrified to raise their prices, terrified to invest in training their comfort advisors, and they stayed stuck in the exact same revenue for years. The ones who invested, even when it felt tight, broke through within like 12 months. And number 3, the big one. Most owners were never taught how to lead. You can be an incredible tech and have zero idea how to build a team. Nobody hands you a manual for that, right? It's a skill, just like brazing a line set or charging a system. You have to learn it, practice it, and get better at it on purpose. So here's the moment that actually changes everything. The contractors who scale stop asking, how do I do this job better? And start asking, how do I build something that does this job well without me? That single shift in the question you ask yourself is the whole game. It's not more hours, it's not more hustle. It's building repeatable systems for your sales process, your installers, your training process, so quality doesn't live in your head, it lives in your company. I've watched contractors take this exact shift and go from 1 truck barely survive in winter to 5 trucks and a real management team in like less than 3 years now. Not because they suddenly worked 80-hour weeks, because they finally built a system that doesn't need them chained to it every single day. So let's bring this home. If you're grinding forever, ask yourself honestly, are you the best technician in your company, or are you the leader building the best technicians? Are you competing on price because you never built a system that justifies charging what you're worth? Are you willing to be a little slower today so you can be unstoppable a year from now? See, scaling isn't magic. It's a decision to stop being the hero of every job and start being the architect of a company that runs without you standing in the middle of it. That's the real reason some contractors grind forever and others build something worth walking away from. Thanks for joining me this week at HVAC Pro Blog, where we provide advice for residential system design, quality installation, and system diagnosis. I'll see you soon.